Hello guys and welcome to one more video here in the channel, and today I want to show you how I prepare my maps in a very quick and easy way to use them for a solo game, or if I'm going to DM or GM a game, I have a map to use. I'm going to use Canva, that's why it's open here, just because it's super easy and it's free to use. So, you can just open up a browser tab and use it and you'll be good. You don't have to open like a big, heavy software to do it. I love using Canva for those things because it's fast too. So, I have two illustrated maps that I got from a creator, and I'm going to link his maps because these two are free actually, and I want to use those two maps in a future game that I'm going to record for you guys, exactly showing how can you play a solo RPG just by having a map and the general system you're going to use. So that's what we're doing here today, making those maps, or better, adjusting those maps to be printed. We actually just going to set up the page. We're not going to do much of adjustments. So I create a new design here in Canva. What I like to use is this A4 size because it's the size of paper I'm most used to, that it's mostly available here. You can look for letter size paper or 8 by 11 inches. You can even add it here if you don't find the exact size that you're looking for. Just choose the correct unit, put the correct numbers for width and height, and you're going to be good. For me, I already have like this standard template of the page here, so I'm going to create it. And as it loads here, remember guys to leave a like down below in this video to appease the algorithm gods. And let's continue. Okay, so I have here my A4 paper. I'm going to call these maps, and I'm going to just put the name of the creator here. This is his name, and again, I'm going to put Mauricio's links for his materials on the description below, so you can go check it out because I like the stuff he creates. And he just recently got his itch.io page up and running, and go give him some support and go check out his material. So I have here my A4 page, and I have already uploaded the two images of his maps in here. If you want to upload any image, map, whatever you want, you can use this upload button here, or you can just go into your files, choose the one that you want, and drag and drop into Canva, and it's going to upload for you, which is faster. Let me put this first one here. I got the version of his maps that are gridded. They have a grid on it, just because I like grids. And if I do decide to use these maps for a game I'm DMing, I can have the reference of the spaces here, but he offers templates without the grids, maps without the grids as well. So it's up to you which one you want to choose. I like grid paper. And this is like a dungeon room. So these two maps were in a single pack, and you have the forest river area and then a dungeon area, which is like this thing here. So we can make an adventure by using that. So this is what I did. I added the images and I increased the size to the absolute limit because I can print them like that. But other things that you may want to do is have a smaller map. So you can just add your two images here. They are going to be the same size of the other ones I added. And then you can just make them fit together in a single page, like so. And then you print and cut them. That's an option. So you have a smaller map, half the size. But what I more often see happening, and I do more often as well, is increase the size of the map. So instead of having like one sheet of paper that is the map, I can have multiple sheets of paper that combine together to make a bigger map. In this case here, let's say I want double this paper size. So half the map is one side and half the map is on the other side. Let's use this image as an example. I would increase it as much as I can and pay attention to this handle here and this other here, because it signals for us the middle of the image, the element on Canva. And I can drag it until, and if I increase here the size, you can kind of see better. But can you see these pink lines that are coming as I move my image? They are kind of digital magnetized guidelines to tell you that you are in the center or you are in a certain margin of the design. And Canva has it set for the center here, so you can see like this is the middle of the paper, this horizontal one, and there is a vertical one right here telling me, oh, you got to the middle of the image. And you can see like my handle is exactly here at the edge. So the middle of the image is in the edge of this paper. So I have half my map in here. I can duplicate this page and just drag it to the other side and pay attention again to that pink line. Yes, here it showed, so I can make it, bring it closer so you guys can see it. If I move again, can you see the pink things showing? So it's in the middle again. So when I print it, I have one half in one page and another half on the other page, and I can like tape them together to make a big map. So that's an option. So you have double the size. You can also quadruple the size. Let me show here. So let me decrease the size of this image. So I have like in half of the page. I like to drag it because it's easier if you drag it to the exact middle of the page. Let's imagine it was smaller. So here, can you see the pink lines in the screen? They show the middle of the page. So I am in the middle of the page. I can now drag these handles with my mouse so I get like to the middle of the image, and again in this other direction I get to the middle of the image. So now I have 1/4 of my image here. I can hold with my mouse and drag it to duplicate. And the same thing, select, click with the mouse, keep it holding the image and drag to duplicate again. So this is 1/4. I can like double click to activate the cropping tool and just crop the right corners of the image. Okay, so I have now my image divided in 4. And what I would do now is in each page, I would make these quarters of the image fill up the whole page. So you can rotate things by using this rotating handle and position them on the page. And the same thing you would do to the other one. So I did to this first one, so I can delete it. Now let's do it to this second one. And it doesn't matter the direction, because once it prints on different pieces of paper, you can just rotate it to however correct the direction it is. So this one is also done. And let's do this one now. rotate. Then I increase the size as much as I can. And the last one is going to be this one, this little bridge here. And so there we go. We have now 4 pages. Let me show all the pages here. So we can either have like 2 pages, so we print in double the size of the original one we were planning, or I can have divided in 4 and I can print it in quadruple the size. So you have a big, huge map, which can be great if you're playing with other people, because everyone can be like literally on top of the map, like just moving around. And I have DM'd games before for children, for adolescents, and even for adults, where they like to be like moving their hands around the map, position their own tokens and all of that. And these big ones are really great for that. So that's what I would do. Me particularly, right now, I only want to print those 2 here. So I'm not going to be printing like the double size or quadruple size. So I'm just going to select them now and delete it because I don't want this. But I can always do that again if I decide to use these maps for a table and I want them bigger. Let's go back to the page view, and that's it. Now I can come here on share, downloads, and I choose PDF, the printing version, because I can adjust some things here. You can honestly just download image or the standard PDF and put it to print normally. The printers will accept an image file. I am very used to using PDF, so I always download in PDF, and I have like a document that I can save on my drive and leave it there. So I don't need to every time come here on Canva, edit things, and print it or generate a PDF to print. I already have the PDF on my Google Drive. So that's what I do. And here on color profile, I happen to have the premium version of Canva. So I choose the best for professional printing. Because again, I had another video where I showed my printer and how I set things on that. And I learned how to work with settings to make like high quality printing. So I like to do that. But if you don't have the pro version, you can use the RGB. Okay, the difference is the color profile. Like some colors are going to be more vibrant, some colors, some green, some yellow, some blue, some things are just not going to look exactly like it looks on the screen. But again, it's not going to make your game more or less interesting because of these little differences in color. Since I have it, I'm going to use it, but if you don't, you can just use the digital color profile and you will be fine. I promise you. Okay, so I'm going to download it, and as it downloads, remember guys that you can contribute to this video by commenting down below in the comment section. You can tell people what are your personal ways of modifying maps. So what do you do to maps before you print it? How do you print it? What sizes do you like to print it? Because I think more people would benefit from like different perspectives on how to use those little tools that we call maps. Okay, so it's downloaded and I can see it here, and I will just open it and send it to my printer. So you can go check my printing TTRPG booklets and Pocket Mods video, because I am going to a lot more detail in there, and it's quite a long video, but I packed it with all my tips and everything I learned about my printer so that you can go look for those informations about yours as well. that's all I wanted to show to this video today. And you will see these maps on a future video because I plan on using them as an example on how can you start an adventure by just having the map. You know, like the map is going to be your quest, your prompt for the adventure. So you just have your system and a map. How do you play a solo TTRPG? So you guys can wait for that. And until then, bye bye.